Florida Republican Congresswoman Laurel Lee. She sits on the Judiciary, House Administration, and Energy and Commerce committees. Congresswoman, thank you so much for joining us today.
Good morning, Anna. Great to see you.
So, as we just heard from Zach, President Trump threatening, quote, there may come a point when we are no longer reasonable, adding that the Islamic Republic of Iran will no longer exist. Now, I had a lieutenant general on the program about an hour ago, and she said that this sounded hyperbolic from the president. Do you think it is? And how is that impacting negotiations?
Well, to begin, it's important to recognize this breakdown started when Iran attacked an innocent commercial vessel in the Strait of Hormuz. And fundamentally, no nation can be allowed to attempt to control the global economy by controlling this international global waterway. This is not the province of Iran to do. It doesn't just affect the United States, it affects countries around the world. So that unprovoked attack is what led to this breakdown and escalation in tensions between the United States and Iran. And at this point, they are attacking their allies in the region and what appears to be attacking United States military bases overseas. So clearly, that is completely unacceptable. President Trump has worked at every turn to try to reach a peace agreement, to try to reach a resolution through negotiation. But this is absolutely taking things in the wrong direction. And frankly, it isn't going to end well for the regime in Iran.
Well, many who have been critical of the MOU, the details that have been released about it, have said that they're actually surprised Iran would do this in the first place on Thursday, really kicking this tit for tat off that we've been seeing over the last, 3 days or so now. So it makes me wonder, was Iran just banking on Trump blinking first with all of this because of the political pressure? Can your party stand to, drag this war out or let this war continue?
Well, certainly, I think what we will see here is a need to respond to the actions of Iran. And it's evident that, first off, they're going to affect the global economy again. So this isn't just us in this boat. There are a lot of nations around the world who are going to care about what happens next.
Sure.
And second, these acts of aggression toward American troops. I do think, without question, that this is the kind of reckless aggression that will 100% galvanize the American people and the Congress, that this kind of thing can't be tolerated. We started out here with the premise that the world is not safe if Iran has a nuclear weapon, but they are escalating the stakes here to be something that is much more serious. And, remember, just a generation ago, the people of Iran lived a very different life with opportunity and prosperity and education. This regime, what they have done to their country and the people of Iran is really just something that is it's been devastating.
Yeah, I mean,
So
to
it
see
is certainly.
pictures, from the, I guess, late 70s, it looked, so different. The fashion, the movies, all of that. But then you see the way they've been treating their people, slaughtering their own people for going against the government, and they're just because their economy's on the brink of collapse. They're trying to carve out a better life for themselves, and then this has happened. But it complicates negotiations. You got to imagine when you're dealing with such a radical regime that's willing to slaughter their own people. But here at home, less than 35% of American voters actually approve of how President Trump is handling the war with Iran. And now we're seeing more than a 50-cent drop in gas prices since a month ago, which is music to the president's ears for sure. We're still seeing prices, though, above where they were before the war started, and it's impacting a lot more than just what we put in our car because we know it trickles down. How is all of this being felt by your constituents in Florida? What are you doing to help them?
Well, certainly we all feel the rise in gas prices. We all feel the relief when they come back down. I mean, that is one of the things that universally we all feel when it affects our pocketbooks. But I think what we need to watch here is that President Trump's resolve with respect to the right outcome in Iran is very strong. He is looking at the end game and what do we need to see happen. So while certainly we need to do everything we can to make sure that the American people people are able to afford gas and afford groceries and do all of the things that we need to do to protect them at home, President Trump will not be deterred when it comes to protecting our national security and our troops who are serving our country overseas. So I think he has a very long term objective here. And I do think that one of our jobs as members of Congress and of people who have the opportunity to serve in Washington is to come home and make sure that the people we represent understand that actually they are being protected and their interests are being served by ensuring that we aren't threatened by this regime overseas.
All right, Republican Florida Congresswoman Laurel Lee, thank you so much for joining us to weigh in.
Great to see you.
Yep, and happy 4th. Happy America too.